I think that all of us
Hey,
fixed it, and
we're
it was what I do
live.
for the curtains.
We're live.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
So,
Hey everybody.
what?
Good morning.
Oh, just this space right here. It's just
Oh.
glowing still.
Is it the
But
maybe it's
you
the
know what?
light?
It's better that it's glowing from the back instead of glowing from the side or the front, because I think that you can see better.
It might be our light fixture.
Is anybody out there? How do you think it looks today?
Are
A
we
little
back?
better?
We're kind of, or maybe it's the
Is it
window.
still?
It's still gotta be better.
Where was that cardboard?
I see some people. I can't read your names from all the way over here.
Lacey Mays, Trish Cooper, Lisa Stevens, Kathy Meyer. Whoa, they're
Wild
coming in
and
fast.
crazy. Whoa, we got peeps.
They're
We got
coming in fast.
peeps.
77, 83. I think we have a topic that people want to hear us discuss.
Oh, good, because, I think it's happened to all of us at
Yeah.
one time or another.
So let's just start right off the bat. Like, I know people are afraid to talk about this subject, but let us know in the comments if anyone has ever stolen your idea, or if you have ever been wanting to steal someone else's idea. Like, I want to steal people's ideas every single day. I'm always inspired. What about you guys?
I know. I have always seen something at some place and loved it, but I wanted to make it myself.
Yeah. And so, Stephanie, what about you?
I think that for sure, I definitely get inspiration from lots of different places.
I know.
That even being other
like
artists.
Doghouse.
I think that what's important for me is I don't think I ever have actually done an exact replica of something. I think that I get inspiration and then you put your own twist on it, and I think that's the beauty of us as artists. We are able to create and pull ideas from other artists and then give ideas to other artists. And I found a quote that I want to read from Mark Twain, and this is just basically how I kind of feel about it. So he says, "There is no such thing as a new idea. It is impossible. We simply take a lot of old ideas and put them into a sort of mental kaleidoscope. We give them a turn and they make new and curious combinations. We keep on turning and making new combinations indefinitely, but they are the same old pieces of colored glass that have been in use through all the ages." So basically, like, we're taking ideas and inspiration from lots of places and maybe other artists, but twisting and turning, and then it sort of becomes what's in your imagination. It may have started and originated from one place, but as you've turned that kaleidoscope, it turns into something that maybe is in your brain.
And that is the coolest process. Like, that's what I was trying to show in the macrame chair, is that it started with the first Melanie, and then the second Melanie added the macrame.
Exactly.
And then as we were creating it, I'm like, well, what can I add? I want to add my own little twist. And I didn't add like anything earth-shattering, but I put on that.
But you put your twist on it, which makes it then your own creative piece of art, right?
Right.
That idea may have originated somewhere, but with that, like, no idea is 100% original, especially in the year that we live in. I mean, art has been in existence since.
Right. So I wanted to read a comment from someone, because I feel this is my pet peeve about it. Like, I wasn't trying to say that the sofa, stripping it down and putting wood on it, was like nobody else had ever thought of that before. And I think that some people, I think that the main point is that when you see something that inspires you, taking that 5 minutes to credit the person, regardless if 20 other people created it before them, it creates community. And when you don't, it creates isolation. So the point I was trying to make is that if I had just seen Melanie's sofa and said, I'm going to make that, I'm going to make it. I'm going to throw it up on my YouTube channel, and people are going to think I am so freaking genius. And then all the comments start coming in, and I'm like, oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, I knew in my heart where I had seen it from,
Right.
and it would have made 2 other artists feel really bad.
Yes.
And the opposite of that is that both Melanies, like, I love the fact that I've worked really hard to build this platform, and I know, like, other people have helped me when I was first starting YouTube. They have shared my work, and that, like, I remember one YouTuber, they're called Threadbanger, huge channel. They have millions of subscribers, but they featured one of my videos, and I was just getting started. I think I had 200 subscribers, and because they featured me, I got 1,000 subscribers in one day. And now that I have grown my channel, there's nothing better than helping somebody else that you respect,
Sure.
you know, get
Right.
a step up. Like,
I think it gets tricky when that idea has been redone so many different times that you don't necessarily know where the original idea
right.
came, whether it was
Something that sparked something that she could do or turn her own twist. Or
I think it's
whatever,
that what you're saying too is especially true if you're gonna do an exact replica of something. I think that definitely needs a shout out to whoever that person.
Right. And so, like, okay, a good example would be Dion.
100%.
I've been in this furniture painting industry for 7 years, and I know personally that I had never seen blended furniture like that. Not to say that there wasn't some person, you know, in another country or whatever blending like Dion was, but I saw hundreds of pieces every single day, and I'd never seen anything like it. And Dion kept posting, but she wasn't sharing her tutorials yet. And people were begging her, hundreds of people, please, please, I will pay you money. Show me how you do it. And because I didn't want to ask her, I just was like, I'm smart enough to figure that out. And I tried for 6 months, and I could not get it. Even now, knowing how she does it, I still have trouble getting it. Like, blending is hard for me. But then once she did put it out there, it took off like wildfire. And now you see blended furniture all over the place.
There's a hashtag, do the Dion.
Right.
Yes.
And so if you're a newbie and you're just like on Pinterest one day and you see 20 different pieces from 20 different artists and they're all blended, like, you're not going to know who the originator was. But you can say, I saw this piece of furniture on Pinterest and it inspired me to make this.
Yes.
You know, it's just a matter, but then, so I just think it's personal accountability.
Yes.
Because with my cake dresser,
Yes.
I put that out there, and this is my business. I want you guys to be inspired by what I do, and nothing, wow, we are getting so many interruptions. I've been getting...
This is an important subject because we keep getting interrupted.
And if it cuts in and out, I've been getting spam calls every 5 minutes. I don't know how to turn them off. But okay, with my cake dresser, I put that out there. I wanted people to copy it. My biggest hope, like the greatest compliment, is someone sees one of my videos and they're like, oh, I am gonna, you know, if you stop what you're doing and you go buy the supplies and you sit down and you put the hours in to make that project, that is a huge compliment. Like, you know, what's that thing? Flattery, imitation is the biggest form of flattery. Yes, it is. It is a compliment.
Yes.
But when I saw someone's copy of my dresser, it was like almost to a T. And I know, you know, I'm not stupid. I know that nobody else had done anything like that. Yes, people have put molds on furniture. But it was a very specific look. There's no denying that. And I know that she follows me. And so then someone tags me in a group, and it's a private group on Facebook for painters, but they all use a competing brand of paint. And this girl posted a picture of her dresser that looked almost exactly like mine. She never mentioned me, and there are 300 comments underneath. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then some people are asking her, can you make a video? Can you show us how? And then someone came in and commented and say, actually, Debbie already made the video, and she put the link, and the admins in that Facebook group deleted it because I'm a competing paint brand. That's not right. Like, that is so not cool.
Mm-hmm.
And had she tagged me, I would have shared it to my page. And I would have been like, go look at her. She's talented. I've seen people make my cake dresser and do a better job than I did. It's not about...
I don't think that, to be honest, I don't think that any copy is ever going to be as good as the original. I'll throw that out there.
I've seen a few of mine.
But I also will say that I think it's important as artists, if we're going to grab inspiration from somewhere, to put your own spin on it. And I think it's again a huge compliment to have people take your idea and be inspired by them, but really put your own twist on it, because then that makes it original to you. That makes it
yeah.
I think we were told to
Cool Cakes and Crafts is asking which one is the cake dresser. I'll drop the link in the description box, but if you go to my homepage and you click videos, all the videos will pop up in order, and I think it's called Wedding Cake Dresser.
With that too, the wedding cake dresser, I did a project for you, and I saw it on a platform that it was the exact, almost just like you said, to the T. And what's hard about that, like what you said about the cake dresser, is the woman was getting all the comments about how amazing that is, and same with the project that I did. That must have taken so much time, and that is a labor of love, and that project did take so much time, and it was a labor of love, and that came out of your head. So for somebody to just do an exact copy of that, that just feels...
It feels bad.
It's a really bad feeling when you're like, that came out of my brain, and that took so much time and energy from me, and then you're getting all the praise and love for it.
It's like someone took a piece of your brain and
so that's why I think it's really important to credit, where, and it's one thing to say I got inspiration, but when it's not necessarily inspiration, it's a copy. Like, inspiration is, I saw this thing and I put my twist on it. Mm-hmm. A copy is a copy. That's almost plagiarism when you're not giving credit where credit is due.
And I think writers or musicians, on YouTube, I cannot post anyone else's music unless the artist has given permission. So all the music that I post has to be free of copyright infringement, and I pay for that music. I subscribe to a library, and all the music is safe to use. But if I use music from, if I use Britney Spears or any other artist who is out in the public genre, YouTube will shut my video down. Mm-hmm. Or they'll demonetize my video and let the video play, but I can't earn any money on it. And if you get 3 strikes doing that, you're out. Or if you plagiarize the written word, you're out. But when it comes to art, it's so flexible and it's so up for interpretation that it's very hard to define it so cut and dry like you can with written words or music. So I think it does make me angry when people have used the excuse, oh, there's no new idea under the sun, therefore it's a free-for-all, go ahead and steal whatever you want. It's a personal accountability. I have, and I know also that things can come up, ideas can happen simultaneously. Mm-hmm. So sure. I'm not out there saying, nobody else has ever thought of this, but you as an artist have a personal responsibility to credit where you get your inspiration from. It takes 5 minutes, and it's up to you if you want to do it or not. There's no laws protecting artists. But the bigger picture here, maybe you guys start putting the base coat on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did turn my ringer off. I don't know how that actually happened. You guys saw me the first time it did. But anyway, I missed a lot I'm sorry, but it's like 10:55, and I know we were late, so
Yeah, let's start
so
painting
let's
this.
do
Okay.
something while we're having a conversation,
Yeah.
because we haven't even read any comments yet.
Yeah, so why don't you guys get the base
okay.
coat on, and I'll keep talking about it. The bigger thing that I want to say here is that I think when you know, we're all tempted to want, you know, we all want recognition. And so we all want to share our ideas. When we create something beautiful, it's it's human nature to be like, look what I did. And I think about people who try and obviously take credit for someone else's work. I think it stems from a place of scarcity. It's like, oh, I have to take this for myself because nobody else is going to give it to me. And true success comes from creating a sense of community around you. And so I've been thinking about this a lot since Wednesday, because so many comments have come in under the last video. And the perfect example is the video that I just posted. Bobby was in it, Melissa and Stephanie were in it, the two Melanies were in it, and I play that video back, and to me it is so much more engaging than any other video I've ever posted. You know, my typical video routine is to get in front of the camera, show you how I do it, get back in front of the camera, but working and creating a community and bringing other people into it and telling a story on a different level. Like, it took a whole village to make that chair. And Stephanie helped with the editing. She's been helping me more, and her editing is so good.
Oh,
and
thank you.
That is where, like, if you're a creative person and you want to build a platform, no matter where it is, Instagram, Facebook, you're trying to build a business and make money off of your work, when you share other people's ideas and you bring other people into the picture and you tell the story, you are creating a community, and that community is what will bring you that success. And you're missing out on that opportunity if you try and keep it to yourself and you isolate yourself. If you do that, and you're hugely missing out. It's
what are
so
we doing
much
to this chair? I don't even. Or chair.
Okay, so we are gonna paint this. I posted a picture of your desk.
Oh, okay.
And so this is gonna be like a reinterpretation of your desk because I loved it so much.
Thank you. Okay, so are we doing the legs a different color than the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously it's a different piece, but I wanted you to like recreate it again, but maybe with a twist.
Sure.
So that's the point that I wanted to make, is that, you know, I've posted a lot of videos on my YouTube channel, and I try really hard to do the brain yoga to come up with something new. But this idea that we did was totally someone else's idea. It was Melanie Whitaker's, and it was Melanie Mel's. Like, I would have never thought of that idea on my own. And so I post the video, and I have that video to compare to hundreds of videos I've posted before. And it was actually more satisfying to post someone else's idea because it was a collaboration. And so I think a lot of people think, oh, if I want to feel satisfied, if I want to feel recognized, it has to be my idea. I need to take credit for myself. And really, it's so much more, it's more fun, it's enjoyable. It's like, I love the fact that I was working with other people and it didn't take anything away from anything that I've ever done before. You know, it was like, I put it out there 100%. This is not my idea. And as a matter of fact, I needed 5 people to help me. This project was so hard. It didn't take away from everything else that I've ever done that was my idea, that I did make from start to finish all by myself. And so I think when other people make something and they're tempted to claim it, or maybe they're not even trying to steal someone else's idea, they just didn't think about crediting the artist, and when all the comments come in, they're like, oh crap, well, I don't, you know, all these people are giving me compliments. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Jamie.
Another
you know,
super chat.
I don't want to
Trish.
diminish my experience. You're not. Crediting the original source adds to your experience. It adds to what you're doing, and it creates a community. I love to help other artists, and I love to work with other artists and be inspired. I'm inspired by the people who watch my videos and my retailers and artists that I just see on Pinterest all the time. And it's really fun. Like, you know, working with Stephanie and Melissa, they come up with stuff that I would never come up with. And I worked in this store by myself for almost 15 years. And now that these two are here, oh my gosh, it is so much fun.
weighing the paint that she's mixing together to make sure it's perfect.
Stephanie.
It's not like 1 cup of this, 2 tablespoons of that. She's like totally weighing it.
Okay, I'm a perfectionist, but Stephanie.
Oh my gosh, Stephanie, yeah.
Okay,
Stephanie
why don't you explain, Stephanie, why you're weighing the paint? I have never
So
seen that.
I'll tell you why I'm weighing the paint, because I don't want to mix a ton of paint because I don't know how much I'm going to use, but I might need more than I mix. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I want to remix, I want it to be the exact same color that I mixed the first.
Gotcha.
So I weigh it out so that way when I go to remix it, it's the exact same for the
That
next
is
time.
smart.
Does
That's
that
so
make sense?
genius. Trish Mitchell just gave us a super chat, and so did Jamie.
Good, because I'm allergic to cats.
Carelessly. Thank you guys. My sister's bringing us
Thank you.
In-N-Out burgers today, so that you're buying our burgers. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Oh no, but then that happens.
Oh my gosh, that happens all the time. That just happened
Okay.
to Julie the other day. Let me
All
go
right,
some-
so I asked you guys to, we're gonna our favorite comment
Don't
for
look.
this week. Stephanie, do you, or
Yes,
Melissa?
I have one.
Oh, I do.
Okay. What's your favorite comment, Stephanie? So each week we're each gonna take a comment,
I lost
and
my
or it could be a
comment.
question or a comment, but we're gonna read it, share it, give the person who asked it or posted it a shout out.
So I wrote it down because I normally have my phone on to help read comments. But it's pertaining to the conversation we're having today. And it was by Handmade by Holly. And she says, "It's my belief that if you want to have an idea that is all your own, never make it. Never show anyone, never tell it. LOL." Then she says, "But then again, what's the point of that?" Right?
Right.
Then she goes on to say, "I really don't think there's many new ideas, just a different twist on someone else's." So again, going back to like Mark Twain's comment and or his quote, I would say, is that, you know, we all just have all of these old ideas kind of inventing themselves, and just this kaleidoscope of from one idea it turns into another and turns into another, and like for example the chair, and then it was, you know, with the transfers and so anyways, I enjoyed that comment by Handmade by Holly. So
Yeah, and Holly, I would tell you from experience, so I've been doing this, I opened this store, I think it's 21 years, we're gonna have to muffle Melissa's phone. It's been over 20 years that I opened this store, I think 21. And in the first couple years, you know, I was a starving artist by no stretch of the imagination. Like, some days we would make $5 in here, and it was just me. And so I would sit behind the counter and make stuff all day long because we didn't have a lot of traffic coming in and out. And I'm just making and praying that I can sell it. And a lot of times customers would come in and they would be asking me questions. "Oh, what kind of glue are you using to make that? That's so cool." And then they would come in and they would start sketching and they would take pictures, and I would just be thinking, my God, you know, I just want to pay my rent. Like, if you're gonna take a picture of it, could you like buy one thing for $1 and just acknowledge that I'm here trying? And it would get really frustrating, and I would get so jaded. I got to the point where I put a notice on the front door of the shop that said no photographs. And this was before the smartphones, so like now that's like the most ridiculous thing you could ever hear, because people take pictures, you can't stop them. But back then I would be like, no photographs, and I was very, very guarded and very fear-based. And I went on like that for years, over a decade, and I felt very much alone. I was always struggling to pay my bills. And I got to the point where I was at the store one day and I just looked up and I was like, I just looked up into the sky. I was outside pulling weeds at 7 o'clock in the morning with my dad. And I just was, tears filled my eyes and I'm like, God, would you please help me? I have been trying to make this work for so long. And it was shortly after that that I just said to myself, clearly what I'm doing is not working for me. What if I do the complete opposite? What if I just start telling everybody how I do everything and answer every question I can and just help people? And I'm not making any money anyway, so how much worse can it get? And then I started making YouTube videos, and slowly my situation has turned around to, you know, now it's a complete contrast. Like, I can help other artists now, and I don't, all of my bills are on auto pay. And I've learned the hard way, you know, how, Melissa,
Oh, did I kick it? Okay, which way does it need to go?
So that, I read that comment too, Stephanie,
Oh.
and I was just like, no, don't do that. Like, yes, people are going to copy you no matter what you do. There will always be people out there who are going to steal from you, and there's all different levels of stealing. I think some people just don't know, and other people know, but they don't think it's that big of a deal. And then there's downright stealing that's really bad, and I've been through a lot of that too. But even so I've, you know, people who have like tried to undermine my business by stealing my ideas. It has not, I can still hear you guys.
Oh, I'm hoping they can. I'm hoping they can still hear you. I want you to hear us. But.
Okay. It hasn't diminished my experience. So, you know, I know all of you out there, there's so much talent, and you may have you may be sitting on an amazing idea right now, and you don't want to share it because you don't want people to take it. No matter what you do, you can't stop people from taking it. Hopefully people will do the right thing. But I am telling you that if you keep putting your ideas out there, you keep sharing them, and you keep doing the work consistently, it will pay off, and you will find yourself in a better place and in a stronger place, and you will find a way to pay those bills. The thing about sharing ideas is that it gives you credibility, and it gives you experience, and it creates a connection with people. And really, selling things, making money, paying your bills is all about creating a connection with the people who like what you do.
So I was just whispering because I didn't want to interrupt. I was hoping you guys couldn't hear us and then be interrupted. But just to fill you in, Debbie, here's what I was thinking. This could be a slight twist on what I did with the desk. So we were talking about painting from here to here, the green color. But since this is a little different down here, this would be the gray.
Yeah.
To make that little fun foot stand out.
Yes.
And then this also would be gray, maybe the body of it, and then the top would be the green. Because that's very similar to what I did with the desk.
Awesome.
Then we'll have to put maybe the transfer on the drawer. That would be fun.
Yes.
So that's like, again, like taking inspiration from something but not making it exactly the same. Right?
Yes. Okay, I want to read Kasha's comment.
I love Kasha.
Me too.
She has some great videos, by the way, on YouTube. If you're not watching her, go subscribe.
She is saying that sharing her ideas also it was the same experience for her, and it turned her life around. And she's saying there's nothing better than receiving and giving. It's a difficult concept to grasp at first. So Kasha has a YouTube channel. Beautiful tutorials.
Beautiful pitbull dog that comes
for me on it. And actually, I just sent her some DIY paint. She's never used it before.
Really?
Actually, I didn't send it to her. One of our retailers near where she lives emailed me, and she's like, have you heard of this girl, Kasha? Oh my God, her work is so good. And she's never tried DIY paint. And I'm like, I'd seen her a little bit on YouTube, but then I really took a good look, and I'm like, go give that girl some paint.
Yes, she's
go
really
give
good.
her some paint. And then I messaged her, and I'm hoping that you love it, Kasha, because sorry, we
The
keep
spam
getting
guy
spam
got your phone
calls.
number?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you after. You can completely permanently block the spam guy from calling you.
Are you kidding? Because
I'm
do
not
you guys
kidding.
ever get like a spam call and they literally call you every 30 minutes
Yes,
for days?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to show you how to completely get rid of that person.
Yeah.
I have somebody calling me that wants to purchase my parents' house that I don't even know how they got my phone number and my name isn't even on their house.
Oh my gosh.
They're insane.
Yeah. A lot of people in the comments saying that they love Kasha's channel. After this is over, probably not until tonight, because once we do the lives, I work all day. But if you're not familiar with Kasha, I'll drop her link in the description box. But you can see her name on here. It's Kacha. Kacha. Just put that into YouTube. I think it's Kasha Furniture, actually. And her channel will populate, and it's a whole candy store full of goodness. The only thing that hurts me is that I want her to use our paint.
Anita Vargas, she says, my husband and I make furniture. Our plans are designed from scratch, and we are scared to share our ideas because we are trying to make enough money to survive. So I completely understand. I would say share them because no one's going to do them like you, no matter what.
Yeah.
So share them.
Yeah. And honestly, like here's another story. I made these back in the day, back in the 90s, I think. I took these big wooden letters and I encrusted them with seashells and rhinestones. And they were really good sellers in my shop, and I would sell them, but they would take 20 minutes if I was working as fast as I could to make these letters. And it was coming up on Christmas, and I was so like, how am I going to pay the rent next month? We were so in the hole, and all the bills were piling up. And so out of desperation, I sent an email to the editor at Coastal Living magazine with a picture of my letters, and she featured them in the Christmas buying guide with a link to my website. And I got thousands of orders for those letters, and we were selling each letter at $70 each, and it would take me 20 minutes. And I had more orders than I ever wanted to fill. And the orders just kept coming to the point where even though I was making them and I had people helping me and I was making them over and over again and the money was coming in, it was so freaking painful. It was to the point where I started using the F word associated with those letters because
This is fun!
yeah, this is fun. Because I just couldn't, I was like a slave to those letters. And so I know that as artists, you know, it's fun to make the first one or the first couple of ones, but really the real money is made in helping other people and teaching and finding other ways to make money through your credibility and through selling things that you don't have to make over and over again. Like, you know, up until DIY paint, everything I sold was handmade by me, and that's exhausting. Even when you have 5 people helping you make these things, it's such a happier life to have a product that I can sell that I don't have to make again and again and again. And I'm free now to just express my ideas and know that my bills are going to be paid. So, you know, to people who are like very guarded about, oh, I can't share this because I'm relying on that sale piece of furniture, find other things to sell. Find a paint brand to sell. Use Amazon affiliate links to, you know, when you share your ideas to get affiliate money. Like, we live in a world where there's so many opportunities to create your own revenue stream without having to be a human factory. So that's my answer to that. What else, Stephanie? Do you have any other comments that you like?
Let's see. I liked what this woman said, and I forgot. She's not a it was not a comment. It's a woman that wrote a book, and she took some lines that spoke to her heart, but she
Oh, Melissa! I am
guys,
so sorry. This
okay.
space is not really. I'm not fitting in.
Step away from the tripod, Melissa.
Okay, but I just wanted to paint.
Are we back?
I think we're, yeah. Melissa, can you share the comment that you loved this week?
Okay, I have It was not a comment. It was, well, it kind of was a comment, but I'm making it into my question to this person because I was really intrigued by what she said. And it's a comment by Carmelita White. And she said, "Great video. The struggle was real. Brought home a dollar chair last summer, and the amount of staples was wicked." Totally can relate to that. Says, daughter painted one of my heavily enhanced with duct tape chairs last year. I love it. So I'm like, what in the world is a duct tape chair? I mean, did you repair it with duct tape and you painted over the duct tape? Or if you're on, I'm really interested in that. So
I think I know. You know, like a few years ago, the duct tape art was like a huge deal, and people would make prom dresses out of duct tape.
Wallets or
so she probably
something.
did some kind of, like, you can get all the colorful duct tape and you can create a whole pattern.
Or
so maybe
weave
she
it or...
upholstered the chair with duct tape, like cutting it. If you are on here, use the hashtag Team DIY and post it to your Instagram so we can see it.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Okay, so my favorite comment, I need to go find it.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you guys talk about what you're painting? I find the comment that I...
Oh my God, I'm in the corner again.
So I mixed...
Nobody puts Melissa in a corner.
Nobody puts Melissa in a corner.
I mixed a green that is similar to the one that I did on the desk. It's not exactly because I actually added 4 colors to the one I did on the desk. It was sea glass, Monet's Garden, tarnished pearl, and a little bit of bohemian blue. And in this one here, I left out the tarnished pearl, so it's a little deeper, which I really like. And
the bohemian blue exploded when she squeezed it.
The bohemian blue exploded, so I did get more of that in here than I actually originally wanted, but I really liked the color when I mixed it up, so I just went with it. So that's
the second twist.
So this is another twist, and it's just a little bit different of a green. I'm really digging the green furniture, although I really want to step out and do a yellow piece soon.
Ooh, yellow.
That's crazy for you.
You know what I feel like?
What?
You know how I have a whole philosophy on colors.
Let's hear it.
So,
wrong color.
Have you ever been able to wear a pair of white jeans?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have?
Yeah.
No.
In the 80s?
I always think that they look, make my backside not look so good.
Right. So, I have never in my life worn a pair of white pants of any kind.
Yeah.
And it's because white highlights all of the idiosyncrasies. So, when I go to the gym, it's black stretchy pants. When I buy jeans, they're dark wash jeans. And I feel like every time I've tried to paint with lighter colors, it's the same. Like, every little flaw, if you're trying to get that perfectionist look, every little flaw shows.
Or bleed through, which we're totally enhancing today and making it part of the charm of this.
And yellow is it's another bright, highlighting color. And so yellow is really, I love yellow. I've wanted to paint a yellow piece. I have not been able to pull it off. Every time I do, I end up painting over it. And white makes me crazy because even though I'm all about the blending, I feel like all of my mistakes are oh, look at me, just like my thighs when I put on a pair of white pants.
But you gotta embrace the mistakes
but I ain't walking around in no white pants.
Okay, no. But when I first started painting furniture, it was the perfection, and then it became shabby. So if furniture did have grooves or a chunk missing out of it, it just became the beauty of the piece that you stuck in your room or enhanced it with other huge cabbage rose flowers or whatever the shabby chic kind of thing was. And I've always embraced the
painting world.
Yeah, and then I've always embraced the discrepancies. What are they? Imperfections. Yeah.
Idiosyncrasies.
Yes, stuff like that. that my brain is just not working very well.
So again, I just added another small little twist here. So this piece is gonna be green, gray, kind of have those little feet pop out. And we're gonna go from there. This is kind of just developing in process, you guys. Transfer.
Okay, here's
What do you
my
think, Melissa?
here's
Yeah.
my favorite comment section. This comment is short and funny in my opinion, and this comment is up for interpretation. So I'm gonna read it, and I'm not gonna tell you what I think of it, and then I want to hear what you think he's saying, and then Melissa, you tell me what you think he's saying. It's from Tony Needer, Neader, Tony. First of all, like when guys comment on the channel, that's always something that is like, wow, like I think 99% of our viewers are women. So it's always cool when a dude pops in.
Yeah.
But he says, such a drama queen, LOL. So
That's it?
That's it. Stephanie, what do you think he's saying about that? Like,
Such a drama queen, LOL. I don't know.
you don't know?
I think that maybe the really cool effects that you put in your video of like you ripping out the chair, stuffing and all that stuff is dramatic, but it really was like that.
Sticking your foot through it?
Yeah, it really was that difficult.
What do you think he's
I
saying?
don't know. Maybe he's commenting.
Is he on today?
I don't know. Melissa, what do you think he's saying?
I think he's saying, I'm a guy. I don't really care. You guys are spending too much time and energy worrying about you being copied by somebody else, and just take it as a compliment and move on.
What do you think now, Deb?
My initial thought that he was saying, about the like the slow motion shots.
Yeah.
Like that one scene where I'm like, I like pull on it really hard and then I put it in slow motion so my voice sounds all.
Yeah, that was like my first thought.
That part in the video, I just cracked up when I heard it, and I'm like, oh, I have to leave this in. This is so funny. But I wanted to. When I finished the video, I'm like, oh, I wonder if people are gonna think that I'm like creating drama out of something that was regular everyday life, and I have a.
Time out. Danielle is here.
Oh.
We need to ask her opinion too.
Yeah. But anyway, I started telling stories on this channel. I've had my YouTube channel for 7 years, and I stories from my life, and I have a storytelling coach, and I'm taking a course on telling stories. And the one thing that they always say is that, like, whenever you're writing a film or a book or even a commercial, you have to raise the stakes. So in life, a lot of times people will attempt to paint a piece of furniture and things go wrong. Really bad things happen. And if you're making a YouTube video, or even if you're just posting your furniture to Facebook, you put it out there and you're like, oh, look what I did. It was so easy. It was a piece of cake. But in reality, it was like a struggle, big time. And so my storytelling coach says that that's the parts that you want to talk about, because when you're sharing your work, like think about your favorite movies, you want to root for the character. So like the girl who's running into the church to stop the wedding because that guy is not supposed to marry that girl, and you've gone through the whole journey with her, and you're like, yes, hurry, get there, come on, stop the wedding. It's because you've
it's usually
seen
the guy though, right?
well, whatever.
Okay.
You've seen her struggle. You want to identify with the character. So, this chair was just so hard. And like there was all of the elements. I felt guilty because the two Melanies were like, come on, Debbie. And then you guys didn't even want to help. And you're
Oh
like,
my gosh, that did not seem fun at all.
no. And Melissa was trying to talk me out of the macrame.
Oh,
and
yeah.
even Bobby was like, this chair is so hard to, like, he was swearing and the boards were breaking. And so I wanted to play up the drama because I wanted to take you on the real life journey with me. So, you know, when I like put in all those like door slamming sounds and the screen goes black, it's because I want to help you relive it with me. And I also do worry, do people think I'm over dramatizing this? So when I saw the comment about the guy saying that I was a drama queen, I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
right?
right?
I am. So that was my favorite comment. Yeah, my sister's here. Come say hi, Danielle. What do you think about that comment? Someone called me a drama queen. What do you have to say? Am I a drama queen? She's the one who's always been dramatic. Super dramatic.
We've swapped roles, though. I'm much less of a drama queen, and she's taken that role over.
That's true. But when she was little, oh my God, she was so dramatic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nancy.
I thought you were going to call her Nancy Schmancy.
Nancy Schmancy. Nancy SCHERMSER. Debbie, are you going to sell the macrame chair after the blood, sweat, and tears you put into it? If so, how do you price something like that when it was so time intensive? The answer is hard no. I'm keeping that thing. It's in my house. I love it. I do not want to sell it, and I do not want to make another one again. So some projects, like if I really like it and I don't ever want to make it again, then I just keep it because it was a lot of work, and it has a lot of sentimental value because so many people contributed to it, and so for me it's just really special. But I would venture to guess that the other two Melanies, they do this and they crank them out faster, so you could ask them if you're interested in a chair. I bet they would make you a chair. If I were to sell it, it would have to be at a price that is so good that I would not feel bad about it leaving my life. And that price, like,
You could pay off your car price.
So you have to kind of weigh it out. Like for me, like what would that be? Like, you know, for me, my time is more valuable than money right now. So, you know, if someone wanted to offer me $5,000, yeah, I would sell it, and then I'd hire one of the Melanies to make me another one. But, you know, that's a ridiculous price for that chair. I don't think it's worth $5,000, but that is the price that I would need to let it go. So I think it's, you know, it's different for everybody. Like if you're looking to make a chair.
I think you might get an offer.
Yeah. I would feel bad about taking the money. I would just send them to one of the Melanies. Like Stephanie, if you were to make that on your own, what would you charge?
Well, 10.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't think I'd make that on my own. Not that I didn't enjoy. Well, I enjoyed doing it with you ladies, but it was very labor intensive. So yeah, the amount of money versus time, it would be very expensive.
Yeah. But I think other people, like I feel like Melanie Whitaker could crank that out in one day. She is so, like, when I said she's badass, she is badass.
Yeah, and I do feel like probably the more you do them, like the quicker easier it becomes. So you could probably crank them out a lot quicker. But
I want to do macrame again, though.
Whew, I don't.
You don't?
I had fun doing it, but I went home with like rope burns on my fingers.
No, I definitely want, like, macrame is totally something that I would want to do. I saw on Pinterest, I was looking for, I have this beautiful chandelier in my bedroom, but I never post any pictures of it because the cord is one of those old yellow cords, and it's so ugly. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? And I don't want to buy one of those cord covers. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Pinterest.
Macrame.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I put in Pinterest how to disguise an ugly cord, because cords are my pet peeves, as you guys know.
Yes.
And somebody had done that square knot and had it twist around the cord, and they just macramate the heck out of their long, long cord, and it twists around right around the cord.
I wonder how long those ropes are.
Because you have to triple the length.
Yeah.
So I have still all that rope. So I'm thinking one day I'll just sit down and macrame and make a video on that and just like talk to people and answer their questions, and that will be an easy video to do. I always say, oh, this should be an easy video to do, and it never is.
So we're almost at an hour. We have about maybe 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
this
let's-
is all we got done. So if
Right.
anybody is interested in finishing this themselves,
Oh.
comment now.
Yeah, no,
You know, wait, I wanted to read Billy Mitchell's idea because I really want to incorporate it. So Billy Mitchell said the bottom of the legs right here, because this reminds me of my desk. But my desk had little, the old wheels on them, you know? And they were like a gold
Yeah.
color. And I put the hardware on the same. So he or she, I'm sorry, was saying, because Billy could be.
Is it an IE?
It is an IE.
It's a girl.
Yeah. So, she was saying that these would look really pretty if they were gold, and I totally agree.
Oh, yeah.
And then
You
we
are
could do the
right.
knob on the drawer,
Yes.
and it would all tie it in together, and it would be really cool.
Yeah,
So
we have
that's
some
Billy-
other
Billy
old
Mitchell.
knobs,
Billy Mitchell,
too, the
good idea.
hanging
Thank you. Yeah, 'cause
brass
it would look like
ones.
it's almost metal down there.
Yeah.
And
I love
sorry,
it.
Go ahead.
Sherry Caranosos. Man, you guys have hard names to say. Karans.
Caranasos,
Caranosos.
maybe.
Yeah, she is saying, I have a long dresser that I stained years ago with high gloss finish, dark cherry. Now I want to paint white swan. I'm pushed to think I should remove all of that and start from scratch. Melissa, this is a great question for you.
Oh, I don't remove stain ever. It's super hard, especially if you started with your raw wood. I mean, you need to go get some Valspar bonding primer from Lowe's. My favorite bonding primer. It's my favorite primer now. It sticks to
Better than-
anything and it covers really well.
Better than Zinsser or shellac?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. And this is so great. Like if you're trying to stick two things together, like you can put like the primer on top of a brick, put another brick on it, let it dry. You can lift the bricks and they will not separate. It is going to bond your paint permanently to your new thing. It's going to be awesome. And you don't have to strip anything or sand anything. Just
Good
make
answer.
sure it's clean.
Shelley Gregorich says, a guy on the freeway last night had a bumper on his car made out of duct tape.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
I
What kind of car was that?
I have to say, even though we can't get to all of the comments, I love reading the comments so much. They crack me up
I
sometimes.
know. You guys are awesome for sharing your time and your lives with us.
Yeah.
So we are not going to finish the desk on the live, but we will post pictures, right, Deb?
Yeah. We'll post a picture in the community tab when it's done. Stacy Hartman is saying Kasha just posted an amazing yellow piece today. I have a feeling Kasha's the kind of girl who wears white jeans.
Oh, for sure. She's got style.
I would totally wear the white jeans if I could. Like my mom could totally pull off white jeans.
I could never.
I
I've
think-
always wanted to, but never. Anytime I put them on, I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
I think it just depends on your body type because my my thighs and butt are big. They always have been. Even if I like squeeze myself down to my smallest weight, I still have a booty, and those white jeans are not doing a single good thing for me.
Yeah, mine either. No way.
But I see girls in them, and I'm like, jealous.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I saw a girl in one pair of white jeans yesterday, and I thought that same thought.
Yeah.
Dion
Okay.
was wearing white today.
Dion can wear white jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She looked awesome.
She does. She wears white jeans, and it's not even fair.
She had it going on today. She had the shirt off the shoulder. She was dancing.
She was?
Yes, she was dancing to Shania and Justin Timberlake. She had her big ring on
Was she
her
in her
finger.
private group, or was she on her main page?
Oh my gosh, maybe the Creative Connection.
Yeah.
But she did really let loose. It was a good side of Dion to see.
I love that girl so
Yeah.
much. She is hilarious. I'm gonna have to go watch the replay on that.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. I think we'll sign off. I did want to remind you guys that I am going to be on March 21st. I'm going to be in McKinney, Texas. Melissa is
I'm
going to be
making
there
it
too.
too.
And we have a workshop. We have tickets left. They're selling really fast. But if you are anywhere near Texas,
Oh yeah.
the workshop is with me and Dion and Kara Lockwood of Kara's Color Me Vintage. It's more than just a workshop. It's a performance. We have a stage. We all paint a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
Always a performance when
We,
Debbie is
we
there.
dance,
It
we raffle off
is.
the furniture to someone who comes. We tell our stories, and we do a lot of audience participation. So my jam and my passion is helping creative people live their best life. When I first started, I was extremely guarded, introverted, and my entire life changed by getting over my fears of being in front of the camera and sharing. And
Or customers.
yeah,
I would come into the store and I would be like helping people, and I didn't even work here.
Yeah, Melissa's so good at customer service. But it changed my entire life, and I know that many creative people they have a lot of fears tied to their creativity because it's so personal when you put something that you made with your own two hands out there. And so this workshop is about empowering you to share. I'm going to say one more thing before we sign off. A lot of times I will get comments on my YouTube channel. You should have painted it green. I don't like the music. Why aren't you wearing gloves? You know, and the guy, you know, who said I was a drama queen, I think it was a compliment, but, you know, say it wasn't. You have to create for you first. So for me, those moments in the video, some of my favorite moments in last week's video was that slow motion shot of me groaning, and when Melissa's face gets right up to the camera and she's like, I'm gonna drill the holes with this bad boy, you know, and Bobby's jokes, and all of that I do to share with all of you. But it is such a beautiful, fun life to live when you are creating something that puts a smile on your own face. And I crack myself up every time I watch it. So if you're a creator and someone is out there criticizing you, you have to ask yourself, does this make me happy? Does this make me laugh? Because if it does, keep doing it, and the people who relate to you will find you and you'll resonate with them. Like, it's impossible to be all things to all people. You want to be your own original self, and you want to create a community around you that genuinely love what you do.
I agree.
And those people who are out there telling you to change because they don't like it, they haven't found their right tribe yet. And don't let them steal your joy. Like, do it for you first, and trust that you're good enough that people will come and join you and link arms with you. And so I'm going to leave it at that, unless you guys have anything
No,
to add.
I think that was amazing. That's a great place to leave it. I just want to thank you for taking us along for the journey.
Oh
for the
my
ride.
Yeah,
gosh,
it's
no,
been
it's-
amazing.
It is so much fun. So thank you all. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Wednesday with an edited video, and we'll be back here on Friday. Thanks.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you in McKinney.